Hello, everyone, and how is everyone doing today? Sharise Johnson Moore here, and it is day 15 of how to land media interviews and podcast appearances. Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 15 of 30 Days of Visibility. I am Sharise Johnson Moore, your publishing consultant and visibility coach. Today, we're stepping into media visibility, okay? Media visibility. And because I want to let you know that your message belongs in one place. Okay. And if God gave you a story, a book, a business, a ministry, media platforms help you amplify that assignment. Okay. Media platforms help you amplify that assignment. And I want to say welcome to everyone in the room for day 15. Hello, and how is everyone doing today? You know, when I first started using social media to do to put the vision out there God had given me, I decided to start with YouTube. Okay. Started with Facebook, things like that, and eventually I decided to go ahead and move on over here to YouTube. So with that, I found that I had more reach for what I was speaking about, what I was talking about, what I was thinking about. When it came to the advertisement of my book, my first book, really got into it, with creating my little stories and things like that, and telling them why I wrote the book, and then God gave me the vision to start morning word and worship, and I did that like 7 o'clock every morning, and it was a thing where I used, "Hey babe, how you doing? Hello, Harold Bed's Thoughts. How are you doing today?" And I decided that it was going to be, the vision that God gave me. And sometimes we get to the point where we don't know if we want to, we don't know if we want to be in front of people. I know that is kind of, you're probably gonna worry about how you look, how you sound, what you look like, is my hair done, things of that nature. And I heard this from a lady I follow. And she says, "You do not like the way you look, change it." Okay? If I said, put a wig on, get your hair done, things like that. Get yourself prepared to look a way that you want to look in front of the audience. And I want to say that my first video I did on YouTube, I have no hair. I don't have all this hair on my head. Okay. I just went on ahead and did it, got on out the way. I was nervous. I didn't really know what I was going to talk about, but I let God lead me in my first video I did up here on YouTube. And as long as you had the courage, you things that you want to do. I want to say this: things that you want to do in your life. Don't wait on validation. Don't wait on other people's approval. Don't worry about their opinions. And make it be you. Be authentically you. Don't sit around and worry about what other people, what they're thinking and things like that. Because if you let that thought overtake you, you will never accomplish that goal that you want to do. When you start worrying about what they're gonna say, what kind of comments they're gonna leave in the comment box, and things like that, it's like, look, God gave you that vision, so be obedient and do what He say. Okay, be obedient. Follow the instructions. If he tell you go ahead and get up there now, go ahead and do it now. Do it. Don't worry about the people. And I say this: don't get into much of your numbers. Don't get into that man. Didn't nobody show up? Didn't nobody come support me? Didn't nobody look? God will send you the people who He want to support you. Okay, so that part is a thing of hey, written word. How are you doing? Hello, Mel Beast. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining me. And I want to give you these 5 pointers, and I'm gonna break them down for you. Okay, all right. Okay, so you want to get clear on your media message. Okay, know what you want to be known for. Know what you want to be known for, whether that is a publisher, whether it is a motivational speaker, whether it is a speaker in general. You speak about different topics. If you are a teacher, you teaching class, teaching math, those things. Know what you want to be known for. Okay. Create 1 or 2 clear talking points or themes. Okay. I created this 30-day visibility, and I have all of my days thought out, clear talking points, and the theme for each day. Okay. And the way I did that was I used ChatGPT. Okay. I'm not afraid to say that. I use ChatGPT to come up with my topics, to come up with each day's topic for the day. I went in, I typed in, I say, give me topics for 30 days of visibility. That's the topic I'm talking about. And it gave me each day what I want to talk about and broke down each day for me, and the topics as well, because that's what I put in the prompt. You have to give ChatGPT instructions when you want it to do something. And if you wanted to do it a certain way, you type in everything you wanted to do in that one prompt. Okay? Might be long, but hey, it'll give you the results you want. Okay? Media hosts want clarity, not confusion. Okay? Media hosts, I host a show called Entrepreneur Corners, and I interview entrepreneurs of all genres. And when I interview someone, I want to know what they do, who they are, what motivated them, and what inspired them to either write their book, become a business owner in that particular genre. I have a list of questions I sent out to my, to in the form for my show, Entrepreneur Corners. I have a form created, and they have to answer a particular questions in this form, and then they make their payment to appear on the show. All that's in one form. Now, the form I use is called Honeybooks. Okay, might be a little pricey, but it is worth it because it keeps me in the loop of who answers the form, who looks at the form, who what this when they return the form, what is everything about, what they're because I asked them all kind of questions. What's your business name? What's your logo? Do you have any film, many commercials, things of that nature? Why did you start your business? All those kind of questions in that form, and they also pay for the payment in the same form. Okay. That's what I love about Honeybooks. I don't have to take them all over the place to do different things. Everything is in one place. Okay. Your message should solve a problem or inspire transformation. Your message should solve a problem or create or inspire transformation. Okay. Build a simple media pitch. Build a simple media pitch. That means introduce who you are and what you do. Share why your story or expertise fits their audience. Keep it short, specific, and value focused. Okay? And a strong pitch opens doors. A strong pitch opens doors. Number 3, know where to pitch yourself. Know where to pitch yourself. Podcasts align with your niche and values. That's one way. Okay, like okay, I'm an author, and I would pitch to podcasts that interview authors because, and you also have to find out what kind of authors they interview because all podcasts don't interview memoir authors. My book is a memoir. It's an autobiography. Some podcasts just interview romance authors. Some self-help authors. That's the category I fall under too, with the category of my book. It depends on what that podcast has a particular genre of author that they want to interview. Make sure you find that out, right? Do some investigating, okay? Online shows, summits, YouTube interviews, radio and faith-based platforms. Okay, I could do, you could do online shows or summits or YouTube interviews, radio, faith-based platforms. It's a lot of hosts. It's a lot of shows out here. If you just take your time and you could go into Google and search what kind of online shows will be good for my book, or what kind of online shows will be good for my business. Look those things up. Take your time and do the research. It's not just, I'm gonna just go and be on this show and I don't care what they're talking about. No, got to research the shows. You have to do your research. That is something that is so important to us when we are trying to put ourselves out there in front of our audience. Start where your audience already listens. Okay, if your audience already listens on Instagram, if it already listens on YouTube, if it already listens on on TikTok, if it already listens, if where you had the most viewers, that's where you normally will start. Visibility grows faster when it's targeted. Okay, visibility grows faster when it's targeted, not just thrown up against the wall and see if it sticks. Okay. I talk like that because I used to do that previous in my business when I first started. I didn't know none of this. I did not know none of this stuff that I'm talking about now. It took me time to learn all this stuff as being an entrepreneur. And when it came to my visibility, I didn't really think this way. I checked, all my research and things like that. It made me change my mind about how I was seen in in internet land, and visibility does play a big part in your exposure when it comes to your products and services. Number 4, position yourself as a great guest. Okay, this is how you do this. Be prepared with talking points and stories. Okay, if you have someone asks you, so what made you write this book, or what got you to thinking about writing this book? I would tell the back end story of the 3 deaths. And then how God, the story that's how it came to be. That's how I ended up writing the book. I will tell that story and what each person's death did to me to push me further into the destiny God had for me. So, and then you also want to promote the interviews once it airs. Okay? Promote. Advertise, because it takes a person 7 times to actually see your post. It actually takes a person 7 times to actually see your post. So don't think that one post is going out to everybody. And tag people. Tag them. You got all these people on this list, this friends list. Tag them. Get things that we could do. I say this. The things that we could do that save us money are the things that we don't do. Let me say that again. The things that we need to do that cost us no money are the things that we don't want to do or we don't do. And we're wondering why nobody likes, shares, or comments on the post. Okay? And advertise. You got somebody coming on your show, you got somebody coming on your, do it. If it's scheduled 2 weeks out, I do that on that 7 day before they come on the show. 7 days. Depends on how they set up how they came in. Okay, well, I want to be on your next. I don't want to be on your next broadcast. Okay, all right. So you might have set up. I always have mine set up like 2 weeks ahead of time for my guests. So it give me time to make their flyers. It give me time to make the audiogram. It give me time to make the audio ad for my podcast. It give me time, right? I do all these things for my guests before they come on the show, and I send it to them for their approval before I release it. Okay? And I have learned when you wait till the last minute to do something, you got to rush. You got to rush. I don't like rushing. I'm not from Russia. Okay? I do not like rushing. I like to take my time and pace myself when I have a guest on my show. Respect the host's time and audience. No babbling, no dragging on, no, we gonna guess at these questions, we gonna guess at what the guest gonna say. I always send a list out to my guests on my shows to tell them these are the questions that I might ask you. And it's 20 questions on this, it's 20 questions. I send them. I took out my time to really look at the form that they sent me. All right, okay, now this question will fit them. This question will fit them. Yes, it can be time consuming, but it is necessary for your show to flow in a well flowish manner. Where there are no pauses, no no those, and keep the answers brief. Keep the answers brief. Keep them brief, real brief, straight to the point. And so you can move in a good flow. Media loves guests who add value and amplify the show. Okay, so you're gonna be on somebody's show. Advertise that you're gonna be there. Don't leave it on the host to do all the advertising for you. Don't leave it on the host of that show that you're going to be on to advertise it for you. Advertise the heck out of where you're going to be. Because you never know who's watching you. You don't know. Number 5, okay? Follow up and build relationships. Follow up and build relationships. Send a thank you, a thank you email, a thank you comment, a thank you post, thank the host after the interview. Always do that, okay? Make that a habit, okay? Just like when someone wants to come on my show, and I always send them a thank you after they have appeared, and share the episode across your platforms. I'm on all these platforms, child. Do you know how tired I am with all this advertising I do every morning? When you're on more platforms, that's more time to do the advertising. It takes more time, but it is well worth it. I say that, right? Share the episode across your platforms. I got 2 Facebook pages. I got YouTube. I got TikTok. I got Instagram. I got Fanbase. I got LinkedIn. I got Lemonade. I have all these, and I will sit there and turn around and do all of them in the morning for the post. If y'all are following me, that is my thing. I sit in the morning and I do that. If I have the advertisement, I will turn around and do all across all my social media platforms. And if you got a YouTube page, use the post section. It's called, a post section, because a lot of people be reading those. They be reading those, the posts that you post on in your community. Use those to spread the word, because some people still like to read now, okay? Stay connected for future opportunities. Stay connected for future opportunities because it is so important that you hold on to these connections because you might need them down the road. You never know who you might have to go get a testimonial from. Oh, and that's another thing. After someone does your show, ask them to fill out give a testimony. Tell them, how did they like the show? Did they not like the show? Ask them for their opinion on how they thought the interview went, things like that. Because you can add them to your website for testimonials for the show that you do. Okay? Media visibility grows through relationships, not one-time appearances. Okay? Media visibility grows through relationships, not one-time appearances. Okay? Yes, and the thing is sometimes I have learned over the years that relationships matter more than that person being on the show. I have learned that. Because when like say you interviewed that person 2 years ago. Now, if you know anything about Facebook, whenever you do something on your Facebook page and it always show you, okay, this was 2 years ago, this was 3, and it brings back memories. Oh yeah, I remember interviewing her, and I remember interviewing this person and this person. I did it on this day, and and I'm learning that brings exposure to my show and the guests when the time sequence comes up like that on my Facebook page. That comes very much in handy, and I share it out. Okay, all right, this was Bobby Goodwin 2 years ago. This was Harold Thoughts 2-3 years ago. This was such and such, and hold on to that. And then you know what I also do with those? I turn around and do a whole new write-up and give them the interview link on my YouTube page so you can watch the replay. Okay? That's another thing I learned that I had to do is if those memories come up on your Facebook page, you turn around, write a whole new write-up about it, say, yeah, I interviewed Bobby Goodwin, da 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 da. She's the author of I Agree with God and partnering, and now she got a new book out. And then I also put the plug in for her book, and I that's who I am. I am always the person that I love giving other people exposure because y'all be working hard. Y'all be working hard to write these books. With your nonprofits, with your nonprofits that you do, your books you put out, you curate you're creating new things all the time. You're creating a new space for others to come and glean and sit at your table, and that is not an easy feat. That is not an easy feat when you got to wear all these hats. You got to wear these hats now. You're wearing these hats. And you have to, you're making room for others to sit at your table as well. So, I congratulate you all that are doing what you are doing because you're following the instructions of the Lord. And I get that. I totally get that. I wanted to say, and don't worry about them old naysayers. They ain't got a heaven or hell to put you in, so I ain't thinking about them. Okay. And if you love what you do, love it to the utmost. Love it, do it. That's your lane. Be in it, and love what you do till it irks you in your spirit. Love what you do until it irks you in your spirit, when you can't put it down, you can't stop thinking about it. Has anybody ever had that happen, where some God has put on your heart to do, and it is working on your nerves so bad that you be like, okay, now I gotta go ahead and get this done, because it has kind of pestered you in your mind, and roll with that. Roll with it. Roll with what the good vision God gave you, and don't look back, because before you know it, you be like, man, I've looked at all the previous authors and entrepreneurs I have interviewed, and man, I'm sitting there like, really? I interviewed almost 150 authors, 200 authors in this time frame, and it's like time go by, like, wow, and you're also leaving a legacy for those that come a generation or two generations behind you, and they be looking at, hey, I found a video of grandma on YouTube, y'all. I found a video of grandma on YouTube. Look, look, come on, look at this video. Look how young she was. And then, think about how that would bring so much liveliness if someone like your grandchild or your grandson, granddaughter, or great grands, they turn around for YouTube still existing, exists in the future. They think about it. Oh man, grandma, she had her own show. Yo, dog, look at grandma. And be proud, be happy, and make it do what it do. Okay, now let's go through these 5 points again. Get clear on your media message. Build a simple media pitch. Know where to pitch yourself. Position yourself as a great guest, and build up, follow up, and build relationships. Okay, so I want to say it has been a pleasure to be here today, and I love you all, and don't be, don't be, don't worry about other folks. Just worry about what the vision God gave you, okay? I also have available to the end of the month, one-on-one strategy sessions available, and we sit down and come on, if you want help with your visibility, come on, let's sit down and put a strategy together for the thing that you want to do for 2026. Okay, put a strategy behind where you want to be seen, who you want to be seen by, what shows you want to be on, whether it's podcasts, live events, vendors events, things like that, because you have to schedule stuff. Scheduling plays a vital part in what you're doing in your business. And I want to also run this by you. I want to say, create your newsletters, babies. Create your newsletters. Create your newsletters, because they come in handy for your outreach of others that may see you, that don't know you, and build your email list. That's another way you can build your visibility. And I've already scheduled 6 months of next year for myself when it comes to my visibility of things I want to do for next year. I've already sat down and scheduled that. Like me doing a whole 6 months every day from January to July, except for Sundays, for every day on TikTok. Okay. Other day I made some money up there. I almost made $4. And I was like, wow, okay, what am I waiting on? Okay, so, and I want to say this, if you're going to use these apps, make sure, I say this, if you use them correctly, you can make money off of them. instead of just thinking that you're posting. I know that when you use Facebook in professional mode, if you post a lot and people see your post, you can make money off of your post, just posting. Yeah, they might ask you for a ridiculous number like 29, 30 posts a week, stuff like that. But you know, uh it all adds up. Okay. We have to learn how to use these apps, these social media apps to make us money. Yes, it is a way to do it. And, just learn, and investigate, learn how to use these apps in that way where you can make money off of them. Another app I want to tell y'all about while I have y'all here is Owl. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Owl before. It's Owl. And it's a talking app. And you create you a profile and you make money off of talking to people. Maybe for 10, what's the limit? A 10-minute talk, 10 minutes, something like that. You 10 minutes and you make so much amount of money for the 10 minutes of talking to people. So try Owl, and I always have that on during the day in case somebody want to call me, they can call me. It's an audio app. And I made quite a bit of money up there on that app as well. So, and when it comes to while we sitting here, when it comes to your visuals, Riverside allows me to make money off of it. StreamYard, I think they have that incentive too. I don't know about Ecamm, but I know Riverside and StreamYard also have it where you can make money off of them when you refer your affiliate link and someone signs up through your affiliate link through your programs. Like, when they sign up for Riverside and download the app and they use your link and then they pay for the service, you get a commission. Okay. You get a commission from the person signing up through your link. Okay. Use these links, use these applications we use it to make money off of them because you gotta work smarter, not harder. Okay. I always put my link in my newsletter. My links, my affiliate links, my, whatever links I can, I always put that in the newsletter and also put it in my audio newsletter. So I just want to help y'all out this evening with that info. Okay. I hope that everyone enjoyed their time here. And here's your assignment for day 15. Write your short media pitch and make a list of 5 podcasts or shows you can pitch to this week. Write your short media pitch and make a list of 5 podcasts or shows you can pitch to this week. And I want to say, if this series really helped you today, it helped you, it motivated you, if it blessed you, and it really brought you understanding, and expand, if this series has blessed you or helped you expand your visibility, you can support the platform. Your donations allow me to continue teaching, mentoring, and empowering entrepreneurial leaders. Okay? So you can donate through Cash App, PayPal, and Stripe. Okay? And and I want to let you know that I want to see you back here tomorrow for day 16. Day 16. Day 16. We are going to be talking about. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Okay, day 16 will be promoting your book or business through media opportunities. That's our topic for the barn room. Promoting your book or business through media opportunities. All right. I love you all. And I pray that y'all have a good night. And see you tomorrow on TikTok at 10 a.m. Okay. All right. See y'all tomorrow on TikTok at 10 a.m. All right. Deuces.